Thank you. And it never works because I try to do things more than just hitting the simple button that works. Hello and welcome to session 49, I think now. I just had the in front of me. That was last week. 49 of Dreamers of Kiriak. That's our current. I was going to say Heralds of an Azaroman. We're not playing that anymore. That's been a long time.
So we have 20 more sessions to go, I take it.
Yes, until we hit the session 70, whatever. We have 30 more to go, hopefully. Yeah, I absolutely did. Sorry. Yeah, we were on 49. We have 20 more to go. Yes.
Yes, indeed. Exactly, yeah.
Much like every session that's ended with a bad sex joke, the game just ends, regardless of what we're doing at the time.
Yes. It just suddenly morphs into Jordan's game once we get to that. It's just that number.
And then you raise your axe, and what happens next? All you, buddy.
Just hurl dice at Jordan.
You are an Eberron.
Yay! When we last left the party, there had just been a workers' revolution in the casino. It was maybe started by not Goras, Pimren. I know things that happened recently, I promise. Pimren,
They're both chaotic enough to have
yes, had told the people in the kitchen about the ostriches, and through some mild mishap of communication, they thought that referred to, I guess, any other employee of the casino except for them, as well as anybody who, signs paychecks. And, all the butlers have died, I believe, by now. You have set the manager of the casino back over the casino. It's unknown how many other staff members are still there and or alive. You were
I can't reach far enough to block the cat with my leg. If he decides to go around,
cat finds a way. Salir was visited in his sleep by a creature that had come to the party a long time ago, who bargained for rental of the mansion in exchange for abducting pretty much anything you might want, and has explained his desire to campaign and become Lord Neverborn, because one of them is currently deceased, thanks to you guys very efficiently murdering him 10 seconds after he was born. He really should have known better.
Well, we didn't do much, to be fair.
That is fair.
I stabbed him.
We tried. We tried really hard, yeah.
There was a moderate amount of stabbing that went on.
We killed the guy that killed him, so I think in the pecking order we have...
Yes, you have, subsumed his kill. That is how these things work. And, people made some wishes of things they wanted abducted, and that was pretty much where we left off. The guy is apparently going to find some orphans who are similar to Salir.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find
one so far.
We have one who looks just like a mini Salir. We'll see about the others. Now, what do you do? Being surrounded by the wreckage of the casino.
The building's still standing.
Yes, but in spirit, it's just a wreckage.
Oh, the tables are flipped with bodies everywhere.
Yes.
I feel like we were debating a couple plans before.
You were, yes.
Because we could head off to the east to see what's happening with the war over there, and potentially more saints in that direction. I forgot what the other plan was, because I think that's what Herman was saying before.
The two saints that you know the locations of are there is a saint who is leading the military effort, apparently. And there is the saint who is the divine conduit between totally not the gods and humans.
Right.
Who is very far to the west. And then there's the one saint who may or may not just be like randomly wandering around.
It was me the whole time.
It was.
That would not surprise me.
That would explain so much. I'm pretty sure it's not the case, but it might turn out to be the case.
You've planted the idea now.
The one remaining saint has the ability to abduct things from anywhere. It's kind of crazy.
He's like the reverse Saint Nicholas.
It was just Doraz.
Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate.
Also a possibility.
Yeah.
You should ring a little bell and have him give us a magic carpet.
It's
I mean,
some old man playing music that only like 3 people in the world can hear for some reason.
That's right. It can't abduct us anywhere, so we have to.
correct.
Yes, I can't wait to meet this one.
You also know that you have the god who made people's heads explode inside the crystal skull, and there are a few other entities who may also be in the skull at this time.
I hate all of them.
I hadn't considered that was a receptacle of anything.
The
Or they're just, they've been dissolved and the skull just hungers for more. The former leader of the monster hunters seemed to be of the opinion that he was sucking them up into the skull for later use.
and we know the skull is trying to help Nine cheat at chess on Steam stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is going to vibrate to give him the proper moves.
Exactly. We haven't heard much from that since a couple sessions ago, I think, but
Yes.
it's trying.
It really was.
How do we guarantee that the dude running the casinos doesn't bail the second we walk out the door?
Why does that matter to you?
It's the only casino we've come across. in
Because
this
he
entire
feels
place.
like
true.
he owns it and he wants to make sure
Well-
it's under good management.
Well,
I
mean,
feel like-
my orphans are still here, so
I feel like the cooks here have shown remarkable initiative, and they can
Yes.
probably handle this place on their own, I would imagine.
No, they just kill everybody.
It's handled.
And
we don't need any bouncers. They are much more
Yeah.
effective.
Exactly. They work multiple jobs.
Is it possible to use the bodies for the buffet?
I think that's frowned upon, but that's not my specialty of cooking, so I don't know much there. Unfortunately, I can't do that. I wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't cook it, but
My plan was to use whatever was in this fortune cookie to make a decision as to what we should do.
yeah,
But I'm being distracted by the fact that this Chinese food place really just wants more money.
that's fair.
As the purse is emptied, the heart is filled. I'm not buying more things.
that's funny.
If they'd say the stomach is filled, I'd have to applaud them, but
Okay, but now we've established that you can't eat any more of the Chinese food because you ate the fortune.
There's a law.
That is the law.
Well, I mean, we got things to kill, right? We just need to figure out an order to them, because we want to kill the Lord's Neverborn, right? And the blue guy's going to become one of them. I don't think he gave us a name. Did he give us a name? I forget his name.
Well, if we want to go,
But we called him Blue, because he didn't have a name.
if we want to go after them, the portal in the mansion goes to wherever they are. That's why
Oh,
why we turned it off.
Right, because that was our threat hanging over Blue's head, is that if he becomes the Lord Neverborn, then that's whatever, we'll just kill him anyways.
I'm pretty sure to kill them, we have to get them born.
We have to get them born. That's a good point. Maybe we don't want them born. That's pretty fair. There are the saints, which are causing a problem, and we just killed one of them.
You mean the thing with all the eyes?
Yeah, that was a saint, right?
I don't know.
the little thing, Blue, he claimed that the Lords Neverborn no longer desire your souls, but that could have just been an absolute lie.
I've given up trying to guess who owns our souls at the moment.
Those guys do seem
We've
pretty
sold
shady,
them several
regardless.
times.
I wouldn't be surprised if we had a tussle with them in the future again.
Stupid.
Shut up.
Oh, she dropped a pen. Every boy laughed.
Do we think
And
Mr. Blue can summon us some kind of transportation of some kind, some form?
I'm
Ring
literally
the bell.
on a
Tell him
horse.
to give us a magic card.
yes, he says as you're holding his head.
Yes. Can you give us just some kind of transportation, anything that you think will get us across the continent somehow.
Oh yes.
That would be good, yeah, but like I'll leave that up to you.
There are quite a lot of things that could get you across the continent.
Mm.
Have you ever traveled by snail?
I have not. We are looking for faster methods than not.
Oh,
A little danger is okay, but prefer
like
to be safe.
dogs.
That sounds pretty fast. I mean, that sounds. I've never ridden on a dog before. That would be interesting.
Very well. I will fetch 11 dogs. Will that be enough?
Is that
I
good
can
dogs?
abduct
I don't have
quite a lot of
experience
them.
with dogs riding.
Just like a dog sled?
Oh, you wish a
dogs to
sled?
ride on?
I
How
I'm,
exactly
I
do
don't
the
understand the
dogs-
question.
How do the dogs transport people?
Well, they run really fast.
Yeah, but where
Have
are
you
we?
seen dogs?
Where are we in this?
Well, you just got a mount.
I am a mount.
Well, no, but you just got that many-legged whatever the hell it was.
Yes.
Just a big lizard.
It's a big old T-Rex sort of looking
I
thing.
think he was looking for something faster than just riding something.
I don't
The
understand.
fastest mounts would be fine, of course, but if we have anything faster, that would be.
How do you move if you don't move?
Yeah, he's got a point.
Can you get us a really fast flying carpet?
Carpets can fly.
Yes, damn it.
Flying carpet.
Little bitty.
Little bitty ones.
The bigger one though.
I don't know exactly where I'd find one, but I could certainly try to
Isn't
find
there a little
one.
one in the house, in the mansion? Maybe
Yeah,
you
there
can
was a
just make
teeny,
it bigger.
tiny one. I don't think he can just make big.
And you were somebody was carrying it with a mage hand, weren't they? Beautiful. So you desire a carpet that is magical that can transport you.
Yeah,
I mean,
I thought you could do anything.
aren't those itty bitty?
No, big
Oh,
size.
big with those,
Oh,
those
it
itty
needs to be big. Does it need to be big for all of?
It needs to hold all
All
of
of
us.
What about the fishes? Are they also need to come?
That's fine. They can feed the casino for a while.
Oh, lovely.
It
That
needs
makes
to hold
things
my
easier.
lizard friend.
And gory.
Oh, that would be
Indoor.
quite a large one.
And
Well,
my
they are-
orphans.
I mean,
Yes.
multiple small ones would also be acceptable. I feel like, but I didn't even know these things existed. So maybe there's only.
Do you
one
get like a
universe.
carriage that can be pulled by something extremely fast?
You don't think
I-
it's
I-
water. Do they
I
have flying
could-
boats?
You have a flying boat?
I could find a boat that is flying if I could find one.
That'd be pretty cool.
I could abduct.
Well, because we got to go across that big expanse of water if we're going to go east.
Right.
I have
You
found
could,
it.
like, fish the whole way.
As things get larger, it is quite difficult for me to abduct them, but I could potentially.
So last time you said quite difficult, you meant impossible.
Yes,
So-
yes, very much so. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
just checking.
It. I could potentially abduct somebody who could open a door for you. I could find the things for you. Yes, yes. Perhaps things are not so very difficult for me after all.
I
I
feel
just
like
must
that's
be a
a-
mastermind.
If we wanted to travel a great distance in a short amount of time, what would
Yes.
be your recommendation?
I
Get abducted.
I can abduct a man who can do it for you. Probably.
Do what?
That kind of.
Wait,
Who
can
can
you
send-
abduct us?
We
I
tried
already
that.
asked.
Oh,
You're
okay.
already here, so I cannot abduct you to here.
But
Well,
that
yeah,
kind
but-
of out of the box thinking though. That's
But
what we paid
abducting
big
us
bucks
to
for.
there.
But
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
there. How
apparently
can
that
I
doesn't
abduct you
work.
to there if you aren't there for me to abduct you to?
What if one of us was already there and then we rang the bell and said, "Hey, go abduct"?
Oh yes, that would work perfectly fine.
Okay, well there's
You
that.
That
just
is
have
how
to
abduction
yeet
works.
The bell really hard. I
I think
mean,
there needs to be a requester on the other end for that to work.
Yes. I do see a
There's nobody that would
difficulty.
request us down there.
It is likely that somebody
We need Goras.
who is powerful enough to bring you great distances could potentially prevent me from abducting him.
and also yeet
that
us
seems
into another
dangerous.
planet like
Yeah.
last time. So let's not do that. Pretty sure if you
Maybe I
steal
could-
somebody, they'll have some ire they want to rub off on us.
Maybe I could fly where we're going really fast.
I mean,
Turn into
Well,
a bee.
Bees don't go that fast.
Can you tell where things are?
Sometimes. It depends on what things are and where things mean, and what time is at that moment. There are quite a lot of variables that are very difficult
How
to
did you just say?
determine.
Oh, okay. So that's a no.
I didn't ask for any time.
It is very
actually.
difficult.
I've got all my spices right here. It's
Oh, that is good.
All my spices were
That is
fine.
quite good.
here's a solution: horses.
Yes, I can
Yeah,
abduct
I mean,
Yes,
horses.
but
Okay.
how are they gonna go
Already.
across the water?
Go around the water.
Can you abduct souls?
Good guys.
I've never tried. It sounds very dangerous.
Well, you can abduct things that have souls in them, right?
Yes.
You were supposed to give me a thing that holds souls in it.
A stomach.
Yes,
He's
I have
looking
not
for
found
it.
it yet.
Yeah.
It was your stomach.
Yes, I do not want to give my innards. Then I would
Do you have, like, a
cease to not be a
relative?
stomach.
It was your suggestion. You said you had many to give.
Yes, but I meant ones that I would procure from other things. I must go to war with them for many eons before that is possible.
So 9 says we gotta go all the way around the water.
We
Couldn't
could
we
just
call
get a
the
boat.
giant?
We're in a port town. There are boats.
Why are we not calling the
That's a
giant?
good point.
Because the
I like what you're
giant
thinking.
costs something and stealing a boat doesn't.
Well, yeah, but souls
doesn't
are a
cost
lot
us
easier
anything.
to come up with. Who's going to pilot the boat?
I
You?
can abduct a pilot.
Can you not use
I mean,
a boat?
how much does a boat or
If
a
it goes away from the land, I can, use a rowboat.
We have that big old safe of money over there. We could just like,
Well,
take
this
some
is true. I forgot.
and pay for either a boat or a trip on a boat. I don't know how much is over there.
I think that it took this long to suggest maybe hire somebody, and you went through.
You also only sawdust.
The last time the entire crew probably overdosed on sawdust. And like at least one orphan died. Like
that
there's
was
like some aversion.
100% Oshit's fault in every situation.
But that's a whole different city. They don't know
There
what
was,
here.
there was some Goras in there too. The sawdust. It was
Yes.
a little generous.
Many times. That's the standard ration.
Yeah, exactly.
I have found another orphan.
Oh?
Oh, good.
He disappears, and another orphan thuds down on the ground. This orphan is dressed exactly like Salir, but otherwise doesn't really bear any resemblance.
I'll take it.
Where am I?
This is starting to get creepy.
Sorry. These are
Starting.
mine.
We're several dozens of abducted children in.
Where are the mines? They said I was gonna go to the mines.
I
I've never
rescued
been to the
you.
mines.
I'm your hero.
Oh.
The mines was just what the lovely orphanage was called. They actually have great education programs.
That'd be a first.
Go stand over there with that one.
Okay.
Well, it's like the casino where it's actually fantastic until we show up.
Most places
I'm
are
still
okay.
going to get gainful employment,
I feel
aren't
like
I?
we're the villains
And
of
I
the
will.
story.
We started out that way.
Aren't we the villains of every story?
We definitely end up that way. I mean, so we got boat, horses, we got different fallbacks here. We could bring horses on a boat so that we can bring the horses off the boat on the other side, or we could just summon horses once we get to the other side. Can you abduct a boat, or is that too big?
A small boat.
We're
I
in
mean,
a
there's not that many of us.
port city.
I could
That's
abduct
just
someone who
another-
can make a small boat large. I am beginning to make mastermind
Yeah, that is
plans.
a good plan right there.
I am overcoming my weaknesses. I am inventing new words like
So-
See,
overcoming.
this is the path to becoming a Lord Neverborn.
Are we just gonna get a giant rowboat because that doesn't sound terribly useful?
We don't have enough orphans yet
You
for
summon
the command
giants.
dwarves.
I don't
Are those
think.
too big?
No, I stay
I
very
don't
far
think
away
there's
from
a tiny
giants.
version of a useful
Clam out.
just drag racing going on outside.
What vehicle even was that? It sounded
think it was
like
a
it was
moped.
shooting liquid everywhere.
Somebody's driving a boat through the
Yeah.
Pretty sure that if we take the boat,
Hmm.
any place we do end up going with the boat is gonna have like a dock or something for us to. They'll probably have horses.
Yeah, but we could also just abduct horses.
No, we
Yeah.
could.
I can do that, yes.
That's one of the reasons I think abducting a boat would be smart, is because then we don't have people chasing us for it, because it's just going to disappear from somebody somewhere, who knows where. They're not going to know where that boat went, but if we go hop on a boat and try to steal it, they're going to know that we got on that boat, and they're going to track us down.
Can we buy a boat?
Listen,
we have
this,
them, Can
There's
you
a
stop?
safe of money.
We
This
can also
town-
abduct money for a
I
boat.
don't think anybody in the state at this point wants to chase us anywhere.
That's a good point, actually. No, you're right.
They'd probably be very happy if we left.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
I'm pretty sure no one in this town even knows we're the ones ruining everything, and by that I mean you're the ones ruining everything. But they do recognize that the monster hunters saved the world. We have badges for that. We just monster hunters need your boat.
Let's go to the dock. Look at the boats. Let's just see what's there.
You go to the office and fill out the paperwork, get paid for killing that monster.
I think we'll be all right. We can always
Okay.
just abduct.
That's true. We can
monster
go to
hunters'
another
money.
office someplace.
I can do
Another
that,
time we
yes.
We could abduct the paperwork, fill it out while we're in travel, turn it in at another office, and be all set there.
That's advanced thinking right there.
Now you're thinking with abduction.
Oh no. Perhaps I don't want to be thinking with abduction.
So is every one of this guy's muscles an abductor muscle? Questions
No.
for later. So you go to the docks, and there are a few pretty nice looking trading boats here. Despite the recent, I guess the recent not much. The monster hunters saved the world, right? Everything's pretty decent here. The trade's pretty much going on like normal, and there is a boat right there that has people packing crates and barrels onto it as we speak.
We would want one that's valuing speed over delivering huge amounts of stuff.
That's what I was about to ask. Is Perman probably knows the water a little bit at least?
Yes.
Does he recognize which of these boats might be a little faster? potentially?
He quite rationally thinks the fewer things you put on a boat, the faster it will be. That's how weight works. Things are heavy. And it's hard to carry things when they're heavy.
You don't know anything about boats.
But it floats.
And there's a boat right there that's it's pretty sleek looking. It's perhaps a little fish shaped. It's
Perfect.
So
I
we
will
can
approach
swim
that-
through the
that-
waters.
That boat.
there's
I'll fly down.
you fly down and there's a pretty shady looking woman just kind of like sitting on a barrel in front of the boat.
Careful your boat doesn't get fished by pirates.
How much gold for you to take us anywhere in the world on this boat right now?
I
Name the
thought
price.
nobody would ever ask.
How are you gonna hire a crew without
You've been waiting
drugs?
for this moment?
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, name your price. Money is no object.
You don't
Why don't
open
you
with
tell
that.
me? You're old.
How about so
Oh,
what kind of business are you in, sir?
The traveling kind?
Oh, so you travel. You, perhaps you're some kind of a fancy gentleman who travels the wide world at his
I
leisure.
look at all the different all of
Yes.
the cake.
You travel the wide world at your leisure.
If not for the
Yeah, no,
fly.
that's
You
accurate.
just sort of throw your resources at the kind people of the world who you find.
Yeah.
And you're looking for somebody to lead you through that kind of life. I think I can provide that for you, sir.
Perfect. As long as
For
you
the
lead us
low
towards
price
where
of-
we want to go. Yeah.
1,000 pieces of gold
Well, that's a pretty good deal,
per
actually.
year. She says hastily.
Sweet. I'm good with that.
Plus expenses.
We will get the money to you as soon as we can, and I will.
Excellent. She's continuing to drift along with the last syllable as you fly away.
Perfect.
She immediately scrambles from her perch and runs into the nearest tavern.
I will get to a secluded place and ring the bell.
Yes.
We're gonna need about 1,000 gold pieces if you could abduct them
Oh,
for us.
do you need them one at a time or?
I mean, as a lump sum would be the best, but if you can get multiple abductions that add up to over that, that'll be.
And what size should each of these pieces of gold be?
So this is like this, but I don't know if Pimrin even has a single one on
They
right
come
now.
in sizes.
They come in sizes. Yeah, Pimrin has 0 coins of
Okay.
any kind on him. So, like standard gold coins, like if you find the nearest gold coin to this point, it's probably that size.
Oh, gold coins. I
Yeah.
see. Yes. I will find one, and I will bring many of them to you.
Yeah, we're gonna need about 1,000.
Yes, I will bring them.
Thank
And he
you.
disappears. Gold coins start raining from the sky all
Perfect.
around you.
This was
You are in a secluded place.
I start gathering.
This was the
Here.
end of Stalker.
And you're able to...
He died. Does Pimmer get crushed by getting just pelted with metal from the sky?
I'll ask for a dexterity saving throw.
That's fair. That is a 4.
You get pelted.
It's
Great.
hailing money.
Perfect.
You're gonna take 1 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
It's not that bad of a pelting. It's humiliating more than anything, I guess.
That's fair. I feel like it being money kind of softens the
It is a pretty tough metal.
the blow a little bit.
Most of it falls from pretty close. It's not like raining from the atmosphere, most of it. You're able to gather up your 1,000 gold pieces.
Sweet.
When you return to that boat, there's like 24 very surly looking people just kind of lounging about, looking like they just put on like really new, fresh, fancy clothes that doesn't suit them in the slightest.
Huh.
All the men are like completely unshaved. They clearly haven't like taken a bath in a very long time. One guy has like a whole bunch of food like around his mouth. Somebody else is clearly very drunk.
Y'all are crew? Yeah? Crew for the ship? For the travels?
Yes,
Yes,
says the captain. This is my crew. We were going to lead you on a grand tour throughout the world. Will you have any others with you?
Yeah.
Good
I'll
sir.
go and get them as well. I'm going to not drop the money in the boat yet, but I'll go get my friends, of course.
Of course. When do you wish to set sail?
Oh, as soon as possible.
She screams something in a language you don't understand, and all of the crew immediately
Perfect.
scramble in their very stiff clothes aboard and begin preparing to set sail. One of them shoves a barrel off the side of the ship with like a rock tied to the side of it.
Oh, that's not ominous. With her legs poking out of the barrel.
There are not.
Okay, good. I'm gonna go gather the gang.
These people are doing an awful lot for the random promise of infinite money from a homeless person.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I did fly down from the heavens onto their boat and then fly away after getting my request. But I got us a fish boat, so I can go fishing on it.
Is it staffed by pirates?
I don't know. Do you know any pirates? I don't know any
Not
pirates.
anyone.
No.
More.
We pirated the boat one time.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. They said they'd do it for money though, and I got the money. That's pretty easy. I just rang this little bell. Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Would you like me to abduct you in an alarm? That's
Specifically one that is sorry. I told them that we should be ready to go whenever, so
It can be big
as
enough.
soon as possible.
Oh no, I just invented that as a magic item.
What?
It presents as some kind of charm that does the alarm spell. There's a million different things that just give you alarm. But it's cursed, and what it does is tell you horrible danger is happening at random intervals. That's absolutely not happening.
Perfect.
Everything's on fire!
Grave danger.
Nothing's on fire.
And the
One
party
day you
starts
will
ignoring
die.
it, and then one time it's correct. They've already ignored
Nice.
You just hear, holy shit, it's a beholder! And you're like, shut up, Belle. And then you get killed by a
A
beholder.
bell with perfect precognition powers and no concept of time.
it.
I mean, I raised them so that they could take over places.
I haven't
You're
figured out how
about to be
feed them
born.
yet.
Watch how you got a life of misery ahead of you.
That didn't work out,
Oh, okay.
if recall.
I don't know, you killed so many orphans, I can't remember what you did.
Speaking
then.
of killing orphans, do we
Yes.
have food on this?
We can just abduct it.
Okay.
I'm also gonna be fishing and cooking. That's what
Ashid also knows good berry.
That's
Well,
good.
I just brought that up, but apparently that kills orphans. I don't know why.
As long as I
That is
can,
true.
as long as we are near a body of water with fish, in it, I can feed so many people.
Nice.
It creatures. So.
I do like that that's the closest Slayer has ever come to acknowledging the fact that she's really, really bad at her one job.
Her one job is being a forest witch. Killing children is like the number one thing they do.
She
That's
keeps
true.
saying,
It,
like,
it really conflicts with my
Poisoning
job as an
children.
orphan wrangler.
Is like the number one thing they do.
you've killed so many orphans. It's not what you want to hear about the person in charge of the orphans.
Yeah, she's very good at wrangling.
Perhaps Osha has been a sage the whole, or a sage,
Hmm.
not a sage,
I hope
sage
not.
the whole time.
That'd be lame.
That would be terrifying.
I was promised godhood.
I wonder who the orphan killing witch is. Who could that possibly be?
It's
So,
strange.
should we go back to the village and check on your orphanage?
I mean, we were going to, and then we didn't. Isn't it on the way to one of these places?
The
Right.
We gotta
The
cross
town
body
is
of water
definitely
anyway,
not
so.
a coastal town, so you would have to do some
But it
traveling.
was
in.
basically on the way to one of the places.
Oh
we
yes,
were
it's
going.
east.
So
So,
we will end up there.
If only we had
Yes.
a map.
Sort of, maybe. Yeah, if only you had a map.
Possibly
If only somebody had
displayed
made a
on this
map.
massive
If
screen.
we went completely by land and ignored the sea, we would pass through there. I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. But
The-
going
the
by
main
sea,
road
we
would take
make
you
You
from
right
there.
could
turns.
have him abduct one of the people from the town and just ask
Oh,
him
no.
what's
Oh
going on.
yeah, that's a good point actually.
Would he
How's
be
it
able
going?
to
I
abduct?
was the only one keeping it together.
Would he be able to abduct them back when we're done?
No, only to us.
No,
Only two
well,
of us,
then we
yeah.
can't do that.
oh yeah, because otherwise I just grab a barkeeper.
We need to grab somebody. I grabbed just one of the soldiers from the.
You grab one guy, he shows up with a bucket of water. I'm the only one putting out the forest fire. Why? Why?
I mean, we could just ask him to
Only
check
I
on
could
us.
prevent forest fires.
It's going on the random encounter
Ask
list.
him to check on us.
Oh, I don't know.
Try that.
What are we trying?
Cameron, can you get the guy back here so he can just
Stick anything on
He
you?
may
Yes!
stay here.
Is this also a false alarm?
No, this is the
no,
true
this
alarm.
is a question.
Oh.
Can you go to Oshit's orphanage and check on it for us
Where is that?
in the town?
Where's the
The
town?
town.
Aren't we in town?
No,
We
this
are
is
in
the
town,
city.
That's a good point.
Oh, this is the city. Where is town?
Across the water.
There's a lot of places across the water.
The town had a name, I'm sure.
Y'all learn it.
I've never been to this place.
The town actually had no name. It was a small
Really?
town. Yeah.
Oh.
The town with no name then.
Most little towns have no name because you never need to refer to the name because you just live there.
That's my excuse for not naming shit in my game. I don't think
That's
we can
literally
get
how the real world
And
tends to
where's
work.
the orphanage at? You tell them where the orphanage is.
You want GPS coordinates?
I don't know. It's your orphanage, not mine.
It's that way, yeah.
He was there before.
He was. I'm sure you could find it.
Oh yes, he was there, wasn't
There was a hole in the floor. He popped
he? Yeah,
up.
next to the staircase. Just go back there.
Oh, the place you were before. Yes,
Yes.
I can go there.
I had a name, didn't it? I swear it did.
Oh, maybe it did have a name. Was it Vosarl? That was probably it.
I don't know. I just remember.
That
I'm
does
pretty
sound
sure there was a
familiar.
name up on
That's
the
the
top of
name
the
of
screen.
some-
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
That's definitely the name of.
I'm
That may
thinking
have been
the-
the name of the northern town.
right.
A place.
It place.
the town of fucksbutt.
That maybe that was what it is in their native language.
That's
Or
what it
for
translates.
town.
That's where nine's
Is there
from.
anything you want from the orphanage while he's there that he could abduct for you?
No,
No.
He disappears,
I'm genuinely curious if anybody's
and
still alive, though.
an extraordinarily fishy-smelling old man drops to the ground. He is very, very.
Did we ask
Asleep.
for a person?
No.
Oh, okay.
I brought you an orphan from a place.
Well, I mean,
Oh, this is another orphan?
well, it is an orphanage,
He-
so likely anybody there is an orphan.
He smells like an orphan.
Is he from the orphanage?
Yes.
He's apparently been in the unlimited free fish.
Does he look like Slayer?
He does not.
No.
It's just an old
He's
sword.
very bald.
Oh,
He doesn't even have any eyebrows.
well, I guess you're here now. Go stand with the others.
He's asleep.
Oh.
He's quite
Yeah,
asleep.
but wasn't the point to find
And
out
he's like
what's
50.
going on at the orphanage?
Is he from that orphanage?
I don't know. But we can
He
find out.
was in the place you were in. He was the only one there.
Oh. That's not
It
right.
looks quite different than the last time I was there. Everything was barricaded from the inside. He had made a throne for himself, this orphan, and he was sleeping on it.
You sure this isn't like Wrath?
This does not look like Wrath.
He's not beautiful.
Yes, but the last time we saw Wrath, he didn't look like Wrath.
That's true. He looked like parts of Wrath.
I forget. Was there something else you were asking for?
Drugs.
Well, yeah, a whole laundry list of things that you haven't brought yet.
Oh yes, drugs.
Sawdust.
I will fetch the sawdust now. Yes.
I mean,
Thank you.
he's supposed to be getting a blacksmith or an armorer.
Oh yes, that one is quite difficult to find. Yes, it's much
Yeah,
easier to
tough
find
record.
sawdust and gold pieces. There are many more gold pieces in the world than there are masterful blacksmiths.
Yeah,
They're
that
much
makes
easier to
sense.
find.
Well, yeah, but we only need one blacksmith.
I'd never thought of it like that.
We don't need all of them. He only needs one that's capable of, I don't know what the hell he wants.
He vanishes once
More
more.
of a tail.
Sawdust begins raining from the sky.
That's
I need everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw.
God.
I leave as swiftly as
It's
possible.
just powder, not like bricks.
It's powder.
Oh god.
I rolled a natural 1.
Salir
Plus-
accidentally
plus 2,
inhales
So I get a 3.
a deepness of it.
Is this
Oh,
against
God.
poison?
6.
Yes.
Oh, I'm just against poison.
21.
Nice.
I do have advantage against
Nice.
poison. So it's easy.
24.
Does that mean I roll it at advantage?
You roll at advantage.
Okay.
Yes, if you had resistance. If it resistance to poison and poison. They're
Words?
yeah. A lot of things that give poison anti-ness will say resistance or immunity to poison damage and also to being poisoned.
Because they
Right?
named
Yes,
the condition
it's
and
Uh-huh.
damage type the
Yeah,
same.
good.
Have you heard about spell levels?
That was probably the most awkward part of one of the original core AD&D books, where they were explaining that the words level meant about half a dozen different
Yeah.
things.
Yep. Yeah, I was walking a new player through a sorcerer character earlier. I was like, oh no.
It's
Wait,
the
but
word
I'm fifth
rank
level, but I
is
can
sitting
cast
right there.
5th level spells, right? I'm like, no, that's not. Good try though.
No,
That
the
was
5th level
confusing.
spell slots.
No, at 5th level though, so it's you have the slots of a 5th level character, which are 3rd level.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
You have advantage on saves against poison
Okay.
and resistance. Yes.
So
Took you that long to figure that out.
so you need to roll again, is that correct? Or is your
I did 9 was the better.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So Salir and Ashit, time seems to like just slow down for you. You feel better than you've ever felt in your life.
Fantastic.
This is
You
why
have-
carry this around all the time.
As was hinted to you previously by many people, you have become gods.
Oh.
The power to dominate the entire world is at your fingertips. You are certain of this. For the next 60 seconds. What do you do?
Until your heart gives out.
The other two of you
Is this
physically
just-
evaded most of the. I mean, no. Is it pretty much everybody here except for Salir like resistant to poison?
Probably.
Or is, I don't remember if that's a thing for paladins and or dragonborn. I know they resist diseases.
I resist poison because I'm green and I'm immune to diseases
There
because
we
I'm a
go.
paladin.
So. Yeah. Huh.
Well, the
So
time for
the
revenge
other
is
two of you are
finally
fine.
come, so I'm gonna spend the entire 60 seconds winding up a gigantic spell to launch at 9.
Okay.
It's gonna.
Now, the orphans
I'm
also
just
need
gonna
to save.
stand there just doing this.
So I'm going to do a save for the
You
orphans
cast that
in general.
Trip that
So
doesn't
you're
even
gonna-
attack spell.
So you're gonna slightly turn to your right. and
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Several of them do just
there.
die. Unfortunately,
You only have
What? Several of who?
3.
the orphans.
There are 3. Nice.
They die of sawdust.
So why didn't you see that one?
What one?
I thought there were more orphans,
There,
but Salir's orphans are not here, are they?
there were 2
No,
orphans
they're-
that looked
Gotcha.
like Solaire and the old guy.
Yes. Okay, all 3 of them die.
Oh,
Right.
fantastic.
The third guy, Thankfully, he dies in his sleep. He just probably has like a really fast dream. He sees his whole dream life pass before his closed eyes.
Ding ding, do over.
In his sleep, he just like gets up and starts
DDP
snorting.
for fishing.
I have some.
Yeah.
Already. I'm good. Yeah, we're good. We're good to
So
go.
we just toss them overboard whole.
Would you like to scrape up sawdust from the ground? Anybody?
Yes, absolutely.
What happened to the poor crew?
I don't think
The
we
crew are
have
not
to shoot.
here
No,
right
we're
now.
not
Oh,
there.
we're not there yet? Okay.
So you're winding up a big spell during your 60 seconds.
Yes, and right as I'm about to launch it, it wears off.
Okay. So Lear, what are you doing for your 60 seconds of godhood?
I have no idea. Probably just enjoying the fact that time has slowed down.
Understandable.
And thinking that this could be wonderful in certain situations.
So Lear, when your godhood wears off, you just feel really tired and suffer 2 levels of exhaustion. You suffer no other effects. Ashit, you are going to also suffer 2 levels of exhaustion.
How do I do that?
On your app, it's probably real easy.
It probably is. I've just never seen it. I'll find it.
And
Look at
Your-
some conditions.
your spell kind of explodes and sends multicolored light scattering into the sky. There are no other ill effects. And I suppose
thank
give up your highest level spell slot. Not give it up, but you spent your highest
Use
level
it.
spell slot for the spell.
That makes sense. Exhaustion, too.
The other 2 of you, perfectly fine.
See, I don't know what they're doing down there, but I thought we asked for sawdust, not like flour.
How much sawdust can I gather
That's a very good
for
question.
any useful?
How much? Because it's been falling in your cauldron too. So.
You're able to get 7 pounds of pure sawdust.
Holy cow.
Mostly by squeezing it out.
You're able to get 8 pounds of contaminated sawdust.
In addition? Nice.
God.
What has happened to Oshit's like cacophony of mushrooms? And
That's an extremely good question. Ashit, your mushrooms have become much more vibrant and considerably larger.
Which ones? All of them?
All of them.
Oh, fantastic.
They are in symbiosis now.
they've
You're
been
gonna swallow me eventually.
evolved.
They've been trying.
That's
You-
where the mushrooms
you can
from the
almost-
Mario games came from.
If you if you listen very closely, you think you can hear them speaking to you, Ashit.
Ooh.
You cannot make out what they might be saying, though. You do have 3 orphan corpses now, unfortunately.
Can I get their souls?
Oh, quick user reaction.
You were...
I could.
That was 60 seconds ago.
Yeah, that was a minute
Yeah.
ago, and you were kind of winding up your world-ending spell.
Yeah, far more important than the.
It was just a 9-ending spell.
You can
Yeah,
you can turn one of them into a zombie. You could have, I guess, used your reaction for that.
No, I don't want any zombie orphans. I want real.
That's fair. Or zombie orphans.
That's okay. You have more coming. So
Yeah.
we just toss these ones into the gutter or someplace.
And then
sure
a-
there are just other bodies lying around this, so you know.
A dwarf drops next to you, 9. He's wearing a suit, and he looks very prim and proper. Good evening. I seem to have been transported against my will. Are you my kidnapper?
Are you a blacksmith?
Yes.
Do you know how to make plate mail out of dragon scales?
I've never tried.
What
Wouldn't
have
you
tried?
want a scale smith for that?
See, that's what I was saying.
That's a thing.
But
Well,
is,
I just
is that what's going to be required for me to earn my freedom?
What else have you made?
See, this would be so much more convenient if we were back in my home. I could show you all the things I made. Perhaps we could go pay it a visit. He has a very sneaky look in his eye.
If you can name them, we
That
can
would be cool.
grab them.
Maybe
Like yes, the suit of armor from this location that's made from these materials, and we can get them for you.
I'm getting the sense that I may be dreaming.
Yes, this is all a dream, and you awake.
He
up
just
upon
he tries to
completion of
walk
the
away.
A slap in the back of the head.
He falls flat on his face.
Pick him up and just
I
put
may
him,
not be dreaming.
and just put him over my shoulder to come with me.
Did the Thieves Guild put you up to this?
Yes.
I pay my dues,
No.
just like everybody else.
This is a bit of a good cop, bad cop thing we've got going on here. But, yes, they did put us up to that.
I don't know why he
You
talks.
might be able to make use of nice bishops.
So,
I got pretty good ones.
What have you
this
made?
is the most elaborate prank I have ever been subject to.
Yes.
Well, you haven't seen the beginning.
I just hope the potatoes aren't involved this time. Very well, show me your scales, and I'll make some mail out of it.
We learned our lesson about potatoes from last time. Don't you worry about that.
I certainly hope so.
I just pop one out of the necklace.
This isn't a Dragonborn scale at all. What is this?
It is a scale from a dragon.
I mean, you shale it like it's a real thing. They've kind of not,
It
know,
is
exist-
from another planet in space.
Hey, it's a prank. You're supposed to play.
Oh
along.
yeah, okay, yes. So, what is this dragon from outer space made of? What if I were to think of something that existed in our world, what that was somehow similar to this dragon from outer space? What might that be?
A dragon.
You're literally holding what it's made out of in your
I
hand.
mean, I guess if you had a lizard and you made it really big, like a really big lizard.
Yeah, imagine him with wings and a tail.
I feel like you're kind of making fun of me a little bit now. I'm trying to play along. This
Well,
is
yeah, it's a prank.
It's not a prank. Why you keep saying things?
okay. So
So imagine if dragons were real.
Right. Yeah.
yes, and so like if a dragon was like obsidian maybe, or if a dragon was like diamond maybe, I don't know, in some
Well, no,
arbitrary
it
way.
was alive.
I mean,
This isn't gonna work. I'm sorry.
It talks.
Stick me in a room with what you need me. What you want from me. I'm gonna.
listen.
I'll give it a try. And
You're-
you know, you may just have to just cut me throat at the end if that's what this is all just some sick game.
Well, why
There's-
don't we just
I'm not
have
begging
the
on my
dragon
knees
drop
for my
here and
life.
the dragon can answer his
I'm
questions.
not gonna.
That's a good idea.
No, it's not.
Yes, I'm trying. Oh,
No,
sorry,
something else.
it's you.
Yeah, it's us.
We need a high priority.
Yeah, don't worry, it's just us. And it's not a false alarm this time. But how big of a thing can you abduct? Because we got a real big idea. Of
I don't really understand the
A
question.
dragon.
Dragon, yeah, a specific
Oh,
dragon.
so the dragon.
Yes.
Yes.
The dragon, yes.
That would be very difficult, and I think that by that I mean it would not be possible. Maybe
That's right.
I don't know.
Well,
There are smaller, very small
Didn't-
dragons I
didn't
could
we have,
abduct.
like, other creatures there, people there.
We don't
Because
need.
didn't we have to talk to somebody, get an audience with him? They might know what he's made out of.
He's made out of the literal scales the guy is holding.
we do
Well,
have
yeah, but the rest of
materials.
him's not scales.
The rest
Just
of
the
him
scales
doesn't
are
matter.
scales.
Just make it out of scales. It's not like you have more dragon to make it out of.
Now I do hope you've procured some tools for me to do this work with, because I really wasn't given any time to gather my belongings before I was so rudely and viciously kidnapped.
But,
I was trying to enjoy a nice evening fire, you see.
well, Mr. Blue, you heard the man. Can you get him his tools?
Oh yes.
Thank you.
I
Dwarf tools begin raining
Out
through
of
the
the
air.
We really need to be more specific about the mode of
Don't-
transport.
Everybody give me dexterity saving throw, please.
That's it.
I guess, probably.
What are we doing?
Dexterity save
Can
against
any
tools
of us
flying
have
from the
seen
sky.
that coming?
me, but
That's what a dexterity save is
I'm
for.
pretty
Yes.
certain that, Solaris saw this coming.
Christ. 6 because apparently my die only has single digit numbers.
21.
D6
20.
bonus save. 16.
Ashit dodges into a hammer.
bonk.
That tracks.
Ashit takes 8 magical bludgeoning damage.
You might be at disadvantage from 2 exhaustion. I forget.
Yeah,
Well,
I
remember-
probably should have had the thing in hand before casually handing out levels of exhaustion. The first level is ability score checks.
That's the new system so much.
Yes. Second level, I don't remember second level. I'm a terrible GM.
It is.
The new system was interesting, but I don't think it actually represents exhaustion well.
Your speed is halved.
Your speed is halved. And it's everything you try to do is a little bit
Well, that's
worse, and it
okay,
gets
because
worse and worse the
time
lower
was
you
already
go.
slowed down for me, so my speed being halved is perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the new system is just -1, so everything you do
Yep.
stacks up to 10 instead, which is nice.
So we're gonna dump him all of his tools and thousands of dragon scales in the casino.
Okay. Do you have a room? Like there was an old smithing facility. It's
There
definitely
are
not been
several
well kept.
opened rooms now that all the butlers are dead.
I mean, yes, but like there was an actual place you could do blacksmithing at the casino.
Yeah.
Doesn't he need like a forge and
No.
One would think so.
Well, I'll
That's
tell
not
you
as
what,
harsh.
we'll
One
show
would
you,
think so.
we'll show
he
you the
got very
forge that's
excited
here.
for a second.
And if the forge that's here is not adequate, we will get you your forge.
The forge has not been like kept up properly in months. Looks like.
Will it work?
I mean, you could make it work. You'd kind of need, fuel.
For your purposes, will that work?
If you get me fuel, an apprentice, and like 3 guys to clean it out, then yes.
Ring the bell.
Well,
Why does he
Yes.
bother
but we have
leaving?
kitchen staff for that.
That's true, but I was gonna try something real quick. Can you
Yeah.
duct all the dirt and grime out of this thing and just clean it? Does that work?
That would take a very long time. There are very many dirt in there.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, yeah. I didn't realize that's how it worked. But I
It
had to
doesn't
try.
always, but someone was quite meticulous in placing these. Bless you.
Bless
In placing small spoonfuls of ashes and dirt in here individually. There's quite a lot of hate attached to this debris.
Can you abduct the hate out first?
Oh yes, I could probably do that.
That would be like a 2-step process. Then.
Are you sure
I
you're
think
not
so,
just
yeah.
sensing my aura?
No, yours is a richer hate.
Can you remember
Or
his
refined.
age?
He is
No.
rich.
I cannot abduct something that is that large.
Oh.
But it's what large?
his hate.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
I'd be angry too if I lost my tail.
I need you all to turn around. I cannot abduct things when people are looking. I am very, very, very shy.
You mean like spin around like a top?
Oh, just turn so your eyes are not fixed upon me, please.
Can I just like?
Oh, yes, that works. Thank
Okay,
you.
perfect.
Oh,
Let's do
the
this.
burning has decreased, yes.
The what? Can you just abduct that?
No!
Oh.
Is anybody not going to close their eyes?
I think Solaire's gonna go upstairs.
Okay.
See what's in the safe.
The moment he doesn't have anybody looking at him, you hear an otherworldly scream come from like 3 feet away. And if you open your eyes again, you see this like floating ball. Cat, what are you doing? This.
Everything.
He poked me with a claw in the foot.
That's because you haven't given him any chow mein.
That's very likely. This like warbling, bubbling ball of tar is floating in the air, with like a bunch of like lizard tails flopping all around like tentacles from it. It
So-
lunges at night.
Is that what it looks like normally?
That is the hate. Does a 7 hit 9?
No, but I want to swell with more hatred because of it. Pure hate approaching an aura of hate.
You do. Your aura of hate is doubled. Oh, he is near you.
This is amazing. This is my new pet.
If you just absorb it into his ball of hate.
The thing also gets twice as large once it gets within 3 feet of you.
That's how he's gonna finally earn his tail.
It doesn't attack you. It just kind of. It doesn't attack you again.
It learned its lesson.
It kind of like bumps into you the first time.
So is he absorbing it, or are they just kind of
They're kind of like vibing.
resonating?
Yes, they're resonating.
Nine. I think you have to eat the dirt and ashes to absorb it.
It tries to like slap you with its
That's
lizard
fine.
tails once, and when you just kind of brush it off, it stops and just hovers there.
You gotta name it.
I just grab it and set it down on the back of horse.
It stays where you put it. There is also a pile of dirt like on the ground next to the forge now. I have done it. Is the hate pleasing to you?
I suppose. I like that I hate is lizard tails. There's a way this lines up somewhere, but God help you.
Is the accommodations acceptable now?
I can't speak for. What was your name again, Mr. Blacksmith fellow?
You kidnapped me and you don't even know my name.
Well, that
Technically,
one
we
kidnapped you.
didn't kidnap you.
See, we call this guy Blue because he doesn't even give us his name. So
He's the one that kidnapped you.
yeah, that's right. We didn't do anything.
We just asked for blacksmith.
Uh-huh.
He chose you.
No, I mean, it's all a prank.
It's not a prank.
I kind of don't want to give him a name if you don't know my name.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what? We probably heard of him anyway because we sent him to go get some great blacksmith.
Now, that was a woman, so this is
Can we
a
call
woman.
you Mr. Smith?
Yeah. You can.
I won't.
Smithy.
Is he also black?
No.
No, that would work perfect.
That's only in Rings of Power.
He's got like.
We have to physically stop Oshit from putting this man in blackface.
He's kind of got like. I'm gonna grab a die. He's kind of got like tealish skin. He's one of those teal dwarves that you've maybe heard so much about. Definitely.
Just now.
Just now.
Mm-hmm.
They've always been a thing. They're very far underground. You've never heard of them.
Are they aliens?
I mean, to
He
the
knew
surface.
So, Mr. Smith, is the forge seem okay now?
Yeah, I still need some fuel and some apprentices, to keep it going. But yes,
Just
it's
tell the
certainly not
staff
dirty
here to
anymore.
do that one. They did before.
We'll just go to the local blacksmiths in town and just grab them.
No, that was this. They don't have that anymore. That's where I would have started. It's fine.
And there's got to be other blacksmiths in town who can serve as apprentices.
Well, if you want to find them, then send them. And if you can send them, then I can start experimenting on whatever these dragon scales are.
How long do you think it'll take you to make a full suit of armor for this fellow?
Could be weeks, could be decades.
Including the tent.
I mean,
I don't have a tail.
well, that makes things easier, I suppose.
You should keep the tail from the old one if it doesn't match.
I gotta start by getting your measurements. Get out of the armor, please. And off the horse.
What if you just put that armor over this armor?
I mean, I could just, paste
Staple dragon
paste some
scales.
scales onto your armor.
Say, just stick a
You kind of don't need me for that, but if you want to be able to say that Mr. Smith, the famous Smith who is a mister, glued your scales on, I suppose I can oblige.
I'm not convinced that would work.
No, it wouldn't. A good smack and they come right off.
Well,
Get
that's
a-
what I need a
Get a
smith
big old
for.
glue stain on your armor. You'd have to scrape off. Would look all terrible. You have to buff the whole thing.
What if we just
over
got
again.
better glue?
I mean, yeah, if you got some of that magic glue that apparently don't come off, then I suppose it'd probably not come off unless you got hit by some other kind of magic that would make it come off, right?
Yeah, let's not make me even more crippled when I hit with anti-magic.
Anti-magic field.
No, and just sheds his scales.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're making me dragon scale plate armor. You really will be famous after
Oh.
this.
Yeah, I am.
If he's making it here, in a little bit we could just abduct it once it's done. We don't need to wait for it.
We would still need to wait for it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but we wouldn't need. We could leave and then abduct it. We wouldn't have to wait here and then leave later.
He grabs the scale that you'd given him before. He puts it on the anvil. He smacks it. Nothing happens. There's not even a sound. He goes, huh. That's new. I'm gonna... I guess I'll try hitting it again.
Is this part of the prank?
No, nothing that time either.
There's no prank.
Maybe if we use acid. Can you get some acid?
He doesn't know the word prank. He doesn't call it.
I'm starting to think I don't know what it means either.
Acid, you have acid.
Okay.
Can you make acid?
Can't make acid.
You can make everything.
Yes!
Acid.
I leave.
Just
I bring the blacksmith with me.
A vial of acid falls to the ground
I try
and
to
does
catch
not
it.
shatter. I assumed you didn't want it, in another form.
I appreciate it.
It seems you were not quite prepared for the last
Yeah, that was
abduction
on
I
him.
performed.
I mean, I was prepared for most of them, honestly.
I will try to be more careful in the future, but I cannot always promise. I am very forgetful.
That's why you've done a great job so far.
Thank you. I'm still looking for orphans. It disappears again.
See, this is why
That'd
it's
be
not
easier
a
if we
prank.
just made orphans.
I am very uncomfortable with what just happened.
I always am.
Well, you needed acid, right, to check that?
Yes. What kind of
He
ashes?
just pours it immediately.
It looks yellow. I don't like the look of that. It
I think
smells
you-
yellow.
I didn't care with it.
You didn't ask for a particular type.
Yes, I was beginning to begin my train of thought, and then I get this. He tastes it, and a thin stream of smoke comes from his mouth. Tastes pretty yellow too. I think this will do just fine.
Okay, well, glad that worked out.
He pours a little bit on the scale, and some smoke comes from the scale. Just, yeah, probably don't want to get hit by acid while wearing this. Probably better than if you weren't wearing it. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Don't get hit by acid just in general. That's probably a good rule of thumb.
Dude, can we try some acid on his current armor just to see what the...
Don't.
Oh yes, can we do that? That's probably a good idea.
No, this crap's iron.
That's why would you?
I hope
Why are
it's
you wearing
not
iron armor? That's a terrible ratio of weight to
I know.
durability. Oh. Why don't you have better armor if you're
That's what you're here for.
all right?
Why don't you at least have steel?
Didn't have any steel. We made this
Yes, you
crap
didn't
from
know
horseshoes.
Yes, you
I
did.
forgot about that.
I'm gonna pour out another few thousand scales.
Oh, that's a lot of scales. Where were you keeping all those scales?
Magic amulet.
That's a lot of scales.
It also came from space.
Just go with
Uh-uh.
it.
All right. I guess dragons live in
He's hit his
space.
head any number of times at this point,
I-
going through doorways.
It terrifies me to say it, but I'm really gonna need a lot more acid. Preferably the exact same kind, so we know what we're dealing with. Glass would be something glass with a glass stopper. If there's like any metal involved, I think everything may explode when
I
we
don't
light the
know why you
forge.
ever just let this guy go back. He may as well just stay here.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we can just like give him a line to Mr. Blue somehow. I don't know if we'll ring the bell.
Yes.
Is there any way we can like include Mr. Smith here on our plan together and like have him be able to contact you for things that he
If you
needs?
give him the bell, yeah.
Can you
Can you get
split
two
off a
bells?
tiny version of yourself to just travel along with us?
Oh, I like the sound of that. But the whatever small portion of me would not be able to come when you called.
No,
And
just
if I
stay with
left,
us.
then I would just be gone.
He
I-
has
I
his
could-
own shit to do.
I could make a small portion of myself that could perform one task for
I
you.
just thought like if you had a small bit of yourself that could communicate with your
It's
self,
It's
then you wouldn't have to come.
it is so
all the way
difficult to
here.
explain. I am not willing to grant another bell based on the contract we have already established. If you wish to drop a new contract, if you have something else to offer, then perhaps I would be willing to divide myself further.
Well, we don't need another bell. I just thought it would save you so much time. You wouldn't have to come all the way here.
Well,
We need a
yes.
bell.
The problem is that is what would be required. For me to completely divide myself and be conscious in the waking world twice at once. Well, it would be quite impossible for me to do many of the things I can do right now.
So
and-
you can't just split off like just a way to communicate with you.
Not in
You
such a
already did.
permanent way as I think you are thinking.
Well, quit relying on this douche. We
Yes,
have
please do. I have things to do.
an entire city worth of people grateful to us monster hunters and infinite money.
Oh yes, I heard that you saved the world.
With this
Yeah.
part of it.
I was talking to somebody else who is in the city, and they were telling me all about it.
Who else would that be?
I really don't think that's your business, is it?
Yes.
No, they made a contract with me also.
Can you abduct me for us?
So should we just take over the whole
I
city
could.
instead of
I
the
don't
casino?
think they ever asked me not to.
Okay.
I didn't know there was anything here that I wanted.
Well, we gotta
I
talk to
mean,
the
they
guy
got the
first.
monsters hunters office already.
They
and now we
do.
get the
They
casino.
seem to have stolen me when I tried to abduct them. Oh dear.
If
What?
we track them down, could we take their bell and then there would be two of you?
Oh, they don't have a bell.
No.
They have a me now.
Oh.
I'm
Can't
finding
we
it.
just ring the bell and pull him back
That's
here.
what I tried to do just a
Yeah.
second ago. He said it didn't work.
I feel quite dumb and weak. That is peculiar.
You should go
It,
resolve
it is
that.
as though the thing that I just told you would be very difficult for me to do has been happened.
Well, so you can go sympathize with him. He knows what that feels like.
Well, if we're somewhere in the city, we just have to round them up. Round everybody up. We'll find you.
Time for a good old fashioned manhunt.
Yeah.
Oh, they are dissolving all the memories of themselves from my being. How is that possible? That shouldn't be possible. They are dissolving all memories of this town. What is happening? They are taking all of my everything and putting it in
I get the feeling this contract
statue?
is void now.
a statue of a horse. What is a horse? What is a statue?
Christ.
And then he just
It's
vanishes.
actually Goras.
Oh my.
Well, you broke your bell by getting greedy and trying to step in other people's contract.
But to be fair, I didn't ask him to do it. I just asked if it would be possible.
She-
I
Yes.
think that set off the whole thing.
Just want to know who it was.
Well,
We just gotta go find people building a horse.
yeah, I guess so. Horse statue, and yeah, people that are very powerful mage wizard gods.
That's okay. So,
Do you think it's one of the saints here in town? Because that was some awfully powerful magic. It sounded like.
I have no idea. I don't understand them. Some of these people you think are going to be so powerful, and you sneeze at them and they die.
How big is this city?
It is a port town, which is a resort for many of the rural communities around. It is large-ish.
We got a clientele, by the way, in the casino. These rural people don't have enough money to make it worth that.
That's fair.
This has to be a destination for the rich and famous.
Yeah, I'm sure once the world is more safe, then the
So-
economy will bounce back, of course.
You said we're looking for a horse statue?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
Bird.
You turn into bird.
I don't know
Kinda
why a
sense.
horse statue, but
Can you give me a perception roll, please, as bird?
Would that be the same as my perception?
No.
I mean, I guess if it was based on wisdom,
Because
it
I
would be
don't
the same,
have-
since it's a mental stat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you have.
It'd be the same,
If-
but possibly advantage on eyesight if it's
If,
illegal.
if you tell me you turn into a bird that can see real good, you would have advantage on
Well, that
that.
was my goal, so
You don't need it.
That was your eagle.
I got a 25. With
Try
a
again.
You you see
22.
you see 3 horse statues around the city. One of them looks pretty fancy. One of them looks old and worn down, and one of them looks like it's still being built.
How far is it?
I mean, they're all short walks, like within 20 minutes each of walking. Or as a bird, you could just land.
You shit on the statue.
I'm gonna
That
go
way-
shake down the casino owner and tell him to give the blacksmith whatever the hell he wants.
The owner quickly agrees.
Yeah, you better.
Why are you shaking down my casino owner?
Don't worry about it.
The owner
it's just a prank.
the owner tells the owner is not in a position to tell any of the staff anything, considering they are all, murderous psychopaths who
He'll
try to
hire
murder
new
him.
staff. It's fine.
All
He-
right, cooks, listen up.
Yeah.
We got a new big plan in the works, right? We need a new
Oh,
excellent piece of equipment forged for one of our team members to take down all of the ostriches in the world.
Okay.
The biggest.
So we need
So-
your help.
So how are we gonna help with that? Who needs
just talk to
who
the-
needs filleting?
Talk to Mr. Smith. here at the casino, and just whatever he needs, help him out.
Okay.
Sweet.
They seem very confused, but they wander off in the direction of the blacksmith.
They'll do great.
I come back and tell them what I saw.
Alright, Oshit lands and tells everybody
I'm a hero.
of the 3 statues.
Well,
Well, he was pointing in one that's currently being built, so why aren't we going there?
that makes sense to me.
Alright.
Off we go.
Tweet, tweet.
What time is it? I didn't grab my phone.
8:44.
Alright.
Quarter of.
You arrive at the statue that is currently being built. It is like the framework is there, and there's a couple like apprentice craftsmen people who are slapping clay onto this framework. And there's this grizzled dude in raggedy robes with a really long beard just kind of sitting in a little chair instructing them what to do.
Is that one we need to kill?
I'm not rightly sure.
Nine, go kill that guy.
Hey, any of you putting a Neverborn into a statue over here?
Can you... I mean, everybody can give
I
me...
don't think he's one of the
insight
lords
if you feel
Neverborn
like.
just yet. Insight?
Natural.
I'm trying to elucidate.
Horse! Says Henry.
19.
26.
Okay. You're
Permanent's
insightful.
distracted, looking around the
3.
birds.
I was busy being intimidated.
Horse! Says, okay, yeah, you're being intimidated. The two of you see the guy with the beard stiffen immediately, and then forcibly, visibly relax his shoulders, and just more loudly instructs them to keep slathering on the mud.
They should use his horse as the model.
Peppermint has been completely distracted. Are there
Yes.
any like birds or other animals around of any kind?
There are some birds that seem to be watching from a nearby rooftop, waiting for the statue to be done so they can defecate upon it.
Alright, I will cast Speak with Animals and fly up close to them.
Alright.
Speak with animals. Hello, good fellows. Good day.
Good evening,
Yes, good evening.
says the sparrow.
I was wondering if you could tell us anything about anything strange that might have happened down in the square below recently.
Yes.
The statue building.
Those armed ones have been building that toilet for quite a long time now.
Yes, they haven't been building the toilet for a while. Did they do anything strange in it recently? Like,
Sorry.
no, it's fine.
Yes. Oh, there was an explosion of light not too long ago.
Okay.
It looked like fireworks, but there was no sound.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Thank you. We were just wanting to confirm. Thank you for your assistance. I
Oh,
appreciate
you're
it.
welcome. Yes.
I'll just throw a couple small fish onto the roof.
They eagerly devour.
That was way more useful than when my characters use Speak with Animals, which they usually get seed! Seed! I'm hungry!
These were
Mine.
these were elegant, city-educated birds.
Perfect. Well, the birds say they saw a flash of light, but no sound, like fireworks. But it was by the toilet statue.
Pretty sure that guy over there is the one we need to talk to.
Okay, well,
The old guy who looks
The old guy gets up and stretches luxuriously and says, "I think we should take a
I'm gonna rush
5
the
minute."
horse at him.
hunter's mark.
I rush him with the horse, leap off of horse, and just body slam.
Oh dear.
He
This
lets out a
tiny,
high-pitched
fragile
scream as you
old
come
man.
toward him. Can you make me a initiative roll?
Talk to him.
7.
He got a 20. He misty steps before you body tackle him.
Motherfucker.
Everybody can roll me perception. Can only misty step to a place he can see.
15.
12.
8.
11.
Ooh.
Blair's laughing too hard.
None of you can see where he went.
Horse,
He's-
where'd he go?
His apprentices dropped to the ground immediately and put their hands behind their heads and screamed that they're innocent.
Yeah, I like this. Genuflecting right off the bat. Yeah.
Hmm.
They recognize our God status.
What do the rest of you do?
I lost a whole spell.
Who do y'all work for? Yeah, what's his
Where'd
name?
he go?
Who is he? What does he do? What does he work for?
We were just at the docks. We were looking for some day work before we go back out to sea. He said, "Hey, you want to build a horse?
Where'd he go?
Must be hiding somewhere, right?"
I guess locate object on his stupid clothes.
Do you have
Unless
to be
he's naked
familiar
somewhere.
with the
I mean, I just
objects?
saw it.
Yeah. What's the wording of the spell?
Locate his
Like you
beard.
saw it from like 30 feet away.
Describe or name an object that is familiar to you.
All right. If you can give me an intelligence roll of a certain score, I'll say that you
You're in trouble.
memorized enough of the details within the
Oh,
moment at a distance you saw his clothes to be able to locate it.
Oh, look at that. Nat
Nat 20.
20.
Nice. So why was it that this clothes were so memorable to you?
Could they have been just like a really garish color
Okay, they were like orange.
with stripes and stuff?
They were like-
glitter.
Polka dots.
Yes,
But they were also raggedy.
they were
so-
also raggedy. It like the garb of a zombie clown.
Something
Perfect.
from Disco Elysium. Just very
Yes.
vibrant, completely tarnished.
So what's the range of locate objects?
I think it's 1,000 feet.
Okay. Yeah, he's going directly that way, as fast as his little legs can carry him.
That way.
I fly.
You immediately see him as you crest the
Hunter's mark.
building.
I run
Oh,
at
yeah,
half
you-
speed.
You had hunters marked him.
Oh,
Sorry.
I didn't know if I got there with initiative or not. But
Yeah, I should have asked for that right away. Sorry
That's
about
fine.
that.
No
You
worries.
want me to shoot him?
You have hunters marked him now.
Well, I could track him now, so.
Well, yeah, but I'm pretty sure one to the leg is gonna.
Well, we want to know what he knows.
Where is he?
So one to the leg could be good, yeah. I'm gonna go down with a net, just chase him. With my philosophy, 'cause-
What's your fly speed?
I think it's only 30.
Okay.
But I can sprint.
He is also sprinting.
Can
I
I-
dwarf.
can Misty Step.
He
you can
is.
probably also Misty Step.
This guy's not a dwarf.
Uh,
I don't know, but if I can get to where I can see him, I'm gonna shoot at this.
unfortunately.
Um,
I'm not chasing
I
him,
don't.
I'm
Unless
just
Salir can fly, you're not going to be able to have line of sight on him as
Okay.
he's maneuvering through the
That's
city.
fine.
Is he less than 60 feet away from me?
At this point, he's further than 60 feet. He's
Okay.
like probably 120 feet away.
So they put this other guy, parting
He
him
is-
inside the statue.
So
He is
I'm
continuing
gone.
to like misty
Yeah.
step to try to create more like zigzaggy
I will.
distance, but I mean, Pimrin can just keep tracking him.
I can also keep up with Misty Step if I have something
Yes.
to. I've got a few charges, but
I'm gonna follow along on horseback, which is very, very fast, but can't go through buildings.
I don't know that you know where he's going.
I was looking at Pinwin. He's in the sky.
Yeah, but he very quickly disappeared from view as he like followed this guy through the city.
Well,
You can try to track him if
I
you
can't
want.
track shit.
You can just ride any direction. You want to give me a D360 to see which direction you go?
Roll a marble.
Does my exhaustion carry to my wild shoots?
Yeah.
Yes. That is a very good question. Of
That's okay.
why? I mean, yes, rules as written. Whether that should carry over into wild shape is another question
Well,
altogether.
if I bird again and just follow Pimmerin up in the sky, will I be able to keep up?
Your speed will be halved.
Yeah, but I don't know
Um,
how fast he's moving.
Because any bird is gonna go faster.
yeah, you can keep up.
Okay.
yeah, how like far
Can I do
ahead
that?
of me is he at this point?
Well, he just jumped into the sewer.
Oh, fair.
He's.
Sake. That's the
Um,
opposite of bird.
you can, if you follow him in, you'll catch up with him very quickly because he's basically crouching and waiting.
Perfect. Okay, I'll do that.
He screams as you swoop into the sewer. And can you roll initiative against it?
I'm gonna make his apprentices
So
tear
I
down the
think I should
statue.
just-
Yeah, I was about to say
Okay.
that. So
They will eagerly tear down the statue.
This,
They're able to tear the mud away.
9.
Okay. I mean, you're higher initiative than him. They can't seem to do anything to the metal armature of the statue, but they have gotten all the mud off.
Charm person.
All right, he makes a wisdom save. Is that
That's
correct?
correct.
That is a 15.
That was a fail. My DC is 18.
All right.
Yeah, stop. We're all right. We just want to talk. We just want to talk. It's just a
Sure.
prank.
Oh, it's just a prank. That
Just a
makes
prank.
so much
Bro.
sense.
Yes.
Almost broke every bone
We've
in his
been real
body.
pranksters today. Don't worry about it.
Yes. Oh, I guess we're late for the probably quite late. That must be why I'm down here. We're late for the meeting, aren't we?
Yeah.
Are
I
you the
wanted to-
newcomer?
Well, I wanted to check on how the statue building's going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, going quite well.
We heard
Quite
some
well.
kind of disturbance recently.
Yes, that's nothing. I have a little side project I was working on, and
Oh, I see.
there was, it was a little more dangerous than I thought. So I thought I'd just sort of pack it away for later and worry about it another time.
Oh, I see.
Then
Well, maybe
somebody
we can...
was chasing me, I think, but that's quite fuzzy.
Yeah, I saw a real big fellow on a horse.
Oh yes, that's probably who.
Yeah.
I don't like horses.
well,
It was quite a joke that I have to build the horse statue, really.
Right, yeah. Well, on our way to the thing, we could chat about our side projects. My side project is becoming like the greatest seafood chef in the world. That's my plan.
Oh, I like that project.
Yeah, what's your side project?
Oh, I want to, dominate, the continent.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
that's sort of my long-term project.
Well, that makes sense, yeah.
the
Ambition.
this borough. I think I could become a saint. I really do. I think I have the potential. My mom always said I was going to do great things, and I think this is really. I think I'm going to make her proud.
Well, that's good, yeah.
But you gotta pay your dues and put in the hours if you
Of
want to
course.
get anywhere.
That's a big ambition. It's going to take a long time, but obviously worth it eventually. Yeah, of course.
And he's trudging in just down one of the little side receptacles of the sewer, where there's just some pretty nasty water running off into through a grate. There's some like hooked poles, like hanging on the wall, maybe intended for people who work here to move things off of the grate when they get clogged. And he just kind of punches a brick in the wall, and a secret door swings open. Funny, there's usually lights.
I can never
When
remember
there's
which one of these they are. How do you remember? Sorry.
Oh yes, it's got the little imprints of the knuckles right here.
Oh.
You gotta.
That makes sense.
It's very
yeah.
difficult to see in the dark, though.
Right,
You,
yeah, of course.
it's. Don't worry, you'll memorize it quickly.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually.
I thought we were late, but we must be here before everybody else. There aren't any lights on.
Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, that worked out well for us. So, anyways, about our side projects. Recently, I got my hands on this really exotic strange fish from Faraway Place.
Oh,
It
yes.
was very nice, but I don't think I'm quite there yet. I think it was too far away. I need something a little more local, you know.
Oh yeah, well, there are places. It's a port town.
It's true.
I don't know if you need a permit or something to fish there, but you should really look into that.
Well, I've been, of course, I've been going for it anyways. That would do. But
Yes.
yes, of course. Any recent developments in your?
Oh yes, I've been doing a lot of drugs.
Oh,
I don't know if you I don't know if you were there for
that's
the last
important stuff.
meeting, but I've come up with a concoction that really makes your dream so vivid, and I met
I
a
see.
certain an extraplanar entity in my dreams who has
Oh,
been
boy.
I made a contract with him, I think in the dream, to supply him with some certain things that he cannot find in the waking world.
Well, they say that dreams have meaning, right? So that's gotta
Yes.
mean that sometime in the future you're gonna have a good contract with somebody for supplies.
Yes,
right?
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
It seems there has been some sort of bleeding over from the dreaming, I think, into the material plane, because I think something very like who I was contracting with tried to attack me here,
Okay.
and so I was forced to restrain it.
I wonder if that big guy was involved.
Probably yes. He seemed very shady.
Yeah, he did.
Oh
Yeah,
dear.
whirling
I was
ball.
supposed to bring the snacks this time, I think.
Oh, don't worry. I've got food right here. Don't
Oh,
worry.
lovely.
It's all good. I wasn't sure if it was me or you this time, so yeah. I have that
And-
time.
There's just a little stone chamber in here with little seats arranged in a circle. There's literally nothing else in here.
Alright.
He just sits down and he's just kind of tapping on his knees. He's like, I guess we'll wait for everybody.
I guess so. Just set the food out. and sit
He
down.
he casts light, and he just puts it in front of him. Whew, yep.
Yep, it's gonna be a while, I think, unfortunately.
What are the rest of you doing during all this? once it becomes clear that you're those of you who are on foot are not going to be able to follow.
Well, when he charmed him, how close to the entrance to the sewer was he?
He was in the sewer already.
Like, was he? Like, if I had
He
landed,
was out of your sight.
would I have been able to hear him?
Yeah, I would think so.
Well, I would have heard him charm him and start his conversation, and
Okay.
I would have not followed.
Okay. Would you have gone back to the others?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So a short bit of time later, Asha comes back as Bird.
Okay.
Why
Chirp,
is it
chirp,
always
says
horses?
a nearby
So
sparrow.
there's nothing inside the statue.
I don't know. I thought it might be important. Everything's always horses. It was like barbed wire horses ate people. Goraz turned into a horse. It's always horses.
a horse head exploded.
Yeah, I'm going to tell the workers to go home for the day.
We didn't get paid, one of them says, and the other
How
smacks him.
How-
Says,
how
Thank
much
you,
were
goodbye.
owed? You know.
whole piece of silver each, but don't worry about it. It's
You're sure?
we'll find the guy later. Don't worry, but it's no trouble whatsoever.
I can pay y'all. That way you don't have to wait for him. Because there's no telling how long he's going to be.
Oh, it's all right, but thank you very much.
Okay.
And they just run off while the others say, "But he said he was going to pay us. Why wouldn't we?" And the other just whispering furiously into his ear, probably quite a lot of insults related to his intelligence.
Well, I guess I'm going back to the casino.
All right.
There's nothing to see here except the metal framework of the horse.
We can't get the guy out of the horse.
I don't know where he is in there. They took all the outside off of it and there's just a framework.
9. What are you doing?
July.
What the hell is they're going to do with the metal framework?
If I am out of options, I just have to rely on Himron not just wandering around wasting the duration of his spell by having light chit chat and actually like using the charm to say, "Hey, can you let that guy go real quick?" and just ending the whole thing in one sentence.
It's the long con. I don't have mind
It's a
control,
prank, bro.
you know?
It's not a. I don't know.
Do you see the guy in the horse?
Is there anything that looks like
You see a.
off?
I mean, you see 9.
He always looks a little off.
He is on a horse.
I guess if I was out of things, I'd just go back and try my damnedest to make my whirling ball of hate become the apprentice for the guy that's making the armor.
I don't have.
Give it a
oh,
robe that doesn't fit at all.
Plus 5, you know.
It will
plus
stay
8.
where you put it, but like objects you try
I
to
don't
make
have
interact with
find
it
a guy in
just
a
kind of fall
statue
through it.
spell.
That's okay. That's
I don't know.
for him to figure out.
Okay.
That's
What happens if you ring the bell now?
Is this
Well, he has the
thing?
bell.
He has that bell.
Is
I don't
this-
have that bell.
I think
it's hate.
no,
Is this horrific
the bow
spirit
became
of
the
hate?
thing, and
You're
it
just gonna
disappeared,
put it
so I
here.
don't know.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be your apprentice. It'll help make the armor. Don't worry about it.
All right.
When
What's
the
that?
guy disappears, the bell. He like turns into the bell
Yes.
turns into him,
Yeah.
and then
Yes, the bell didn't reappear this
Okay.
time.
cool.
That's okay, Goron.
You're not worried that hate is gonna seep into your armor and kind of
I
weaken
don't
it.
have bells.
Weaken it. No,
Okay.
I am.
He goes back to pouring acid on
Is it that
scales.
we're not
Hate
gonna call
gives
it
me
that?
strength.
Okay. I feel like there's a lot of proverbs and poems and stuff about how that's like the opposite of what happens if you have hate.
Well,
Like-
not for me.
Oh, okay. It's different for dragons.
Fueled by
Probably.
spite.
I'm literally fueled by hate.
Oh, so you don't need to like eat food or anything.
Maybe. I like eating food though.
Oh, that's fair.
Mine's favorite energy drink is just branded hate.
Yes.
Fueled by it.
It's called seed.
That is a better name. Yeah, I like that.
That is fantastic.
How long does charm person last?
An hour. So I feel like I would be relatively aware,
Yeah.
and if no new developments happened during that time, I would.
He's not going to offer up any more information. He just gets more and more anxious and begins like sweating profusely. Like, oh, I think everybody's had an accident. Why is he like the dwarf? Oh, I think everybody. Oh, I
Plot
think,
twist.
I think everybody must have had an accident. We're here, so clearly I
Is it
didn't
the
forget
wrong
what
day?
time it is.
Maybe it's.
Well then what are the odds of us both getting that wrong, though. That's just so strange.
How many seats are there in the room?
There are 8.
1 out of 4, I guess, apparently.
Oh, I guess that is how math works.
I guess we can come back tomorrow.
Yes, I suppose. Or maybe everybody else really is just late, but maybe they're in trouble. Or maybe.
You said earlier you were building something right before you heading here.
Oh yes. I was doing my part of the project.
Well, you want to show me what you were working on, and we can
Oh
just
yes,
come back
of
here
course.
tomorrow? Yeah.
Which one were you building?
Well, I'm not a builder. I was here to provide the snacks, of course, for today's meeting.
Oh.
And I'm the new guy, so. You know,
Oh right. I
so-
guess if you're very new, you wouldn't have an assignment yet.
Right. So I think part of today's proceedings we're going to be giving you a tour, of course, but if no one else
Yes.
is here, maybe that's tomorrow.
Well, yes, of course the virtues of the horse are manifold, as you no doubt know.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
They are, strong. They are swift. They are the backbone of civilization and warfare. They are.
Yes, of
They're
course.
very, they're sort of symbols of virility and masculinity.
And they can carry giant armored dudes who hurl themselves at you.
Yeah.
But their eyes just horrify me so, and their very long tongues,
What?
their teeth. What kind of a creature has a face like that?
And their knees
It's
are
just-
all weird.
Yes,
know?
it's just unnatural.
Have you ever seen a horse go? "Grrr"?
What kind of a creature can run immediately after being born? It's like it's a little old man from the moment of its birth. It's just
They
dreadful.
are terrifyingly strong creatures.
But
yes.
that is the creature I am to make the statue of, so that when the appointed time comes, the one is going to have all the, all of the virtues of the horse.
Of course.
But I suppose I'll have to find some, probably some more minions. I think it's likely that the one on the big horse who chased me from here probably ate them. So
Oh.
I will need to find more, likely.
Yeah, we should probably go take care of that. I mean, I'm here as your backup now. You want to go
Oh,
set that
yes.
and make sure he's not still hanging around and causing ruckus?
Yes, we just have to be very, very stealthy and quiet. I
Of
feel like,
course.
for some reason, I'm getting the impression that despite him being on a horse, perhaps the horse could fly? I distinctly have the impression he was chasing me from the heavens.
Yeah, that is possible, I suppose. It could be a very powerful horse.
Yes, they tend to
They are
be.
majestic and powerful creatures.
Quite, yes.
Yes.
The horse is
Manifold.
He'll lead you back very carefully.
Perfect.
Yes, the one on the horse, he is still there.
I see him.
And
yeah,
my
good
minions
fellow.
are not. He must have eaten them.
Does
Or
he have a
perhaps he fed them
tail?
to the horse.
I've never seen that before.
Oh yes,
That's strange.
he does seem to have one, both him and the horse.
Yes, indeed. Well, I feel like horses usually have those.
Oh, I mean yes, but this shows he has a special affinity for the
Right,
horse,
of
more
course,
than
that
the
makes sense.
average
Maybe
man.
that's why he could fly with it.
Very likely. We'll have to
Maybe-
consider this.
Maybe we need to get tails, and then we can fly on
Yes.
horses.
Perhaps they attract cosmic energy,
I think you're onto something.
like a tree attracts lightning.
About then, I trot off to go deliver the water.
He has cleared out.
Oh, perfect time.
So we perhaps have a few moments before he returns to devour us, for surely he will scent us. The horse will surely grant him that power. He kind of staggers out. He says, "Oh, he also ate." Oh no, the clay is just on the ground. I thought he had eaten.
No,
Oh,
not
he has done terrible things to my poor, beautiful work. See,
Good progress.
you'll learn the spell eventually to
Yes.
make metal writhe from its ingotial shape into whatever form you choose. And well, it's very quick and easy.
That's gonna be really easy there.
And after that, you just have some minions do whatever else you want to the skeleton.
That makes sense.
Build it in the image of your choosing.
Yeah, and that's a convenient way to make a statue for sure.
Yes, very much. Will you show me your fishing spots?
Yeah, of course. I can do that. They're just down by the docks.
Probably
Do I
ask him
spot any of the others here at this point?
Salir and Asha, are either of you nearby at this point?
No, I'm at the casino. I went
Okay.
back.
I
Would you be a bird? I mean, you would have had to talk to them earlier, so you wouldn't still be
Yeah,
a bird
no,
unless you turn
we
back
were-
into one.
probably would have gone with him.
Okay.
I wouldn't have stayed.
So you don't see any of the others.
All right. Well, I think everyone might have an inkling that people would head back to the casino because it's going
Okay.
to become our base. So I would say, well, I actually just cooked a very fine dish earlier. If you'd like to sample some, I've actually been working at the casino here as part of my.
Oh,
stay.
I would love to taste it. As you'll be
Excellent.
bringing the snacks, I suppose I will have a foretaste of it.
Yes, of course. Yeah, provide any feedback, of course, so I can improve the dish.
Oh,
for the
I
future.
see what you did there.
Yes,
Feedback.
yes, indeed.
Why am I angrier for some reason?
I'm definitely not fishing for
The ball of hate
compliments
grows
with this
slightly
dish.
larger for some reason. I love wordplay so much.
Yes, me too. Yes, of course.
You know you can't spell
It's-
wizard without a word.
It's that's true. You can't, but also it's one of the. I mean, horses love to play, so. it's one
Oh
of the-
yes, I'm beginning to have a pain in my side for some reason.
Yes,
That
of
is quite
course.
strange.
We should continue on.
Yes. Let us trot on over. We're gonna end there for tonight. Sorry.